Cultural Institute in London. This is the largest turnout for any exhibition opening we've ever had, so it's really lovely to have so many of you here tonight to celebrate together Her Royal Highness's exhibition of Stone and Steel, a voyage into the world of urbex. The exhibition invites us on a journey into Romania's recent past, striking images of old, abandoned, dilapidated, beautiful and decayed buildings, tell the story not just of the buildings themselves or their architectural proportions, but above all, the people, the communities which once used them. A lost glove, some beautifully handwritten notes, or an abandoned desk, which feature in some of the photographs, remind us that there is a human story, perhaps a secret, behind those walls. As someone who loved architecture, I look at these photographs and can tell which ones were built during our golden times and which ones were built under communism. There are harmonious buildings with high ceilings and beautiful geometry, and there are oppressive buildings which remind us all of the harsh years of communism. But they're all there, and they all define us in our past. We are delighted, really delighted to have Princess Sofia with us tonight, a senior working member of the Romanian royal family. Her Royal Highness is also a professional photographer, having exhibited her work across Europe and beyond. She was inspired to pick up a camera by her father, King Michael's photographs of the Carpathian Mountains. Princess Sofia is also an author. In 1995, she published a volume of children's stories in Bucharest, following the lead of her great-grandmother, Queen Marie of Romania. The Royal Highness is currently working on a new children's book series in an effort to emphasize the importance of early literacy to young children. Speaking of Queen Marie, I just returned from Easter very late last night in Kent, where of course she was born. As we are preparing here at the Institute a number of programs to celebrate Queen Marie's life and legacy. Queen Marie's birthday is today. She was born 149 years ago. And today, it's a wonderful coincidence, it's also the birthday of Princess Sofia. The artist is celebrating tonight. A very, very happy birthday, Your Royal Highness. Now, everything we do here at the Romanian Cultural Institute in London is the result of great partnerships. And on this note, I would like to take the opportunity to acknowledge the attendance of our wonderful ambassador, Her Excellency Laura Popescu. I can tell you she's super busy, but she found the time and energy to be with us, so thank you so much, Ambassador. I would also like to send our thanks to our colleagues from the Romanian Embassy in London and to the Royal Household in Bucharest for all their support. And now I would like to invite Princess Sofia to take the floor and learn more about this wonderful exhibition. Your Royal Highness.
I'm sorry I've lost my voice somewhere between Bucharest and London, so forgive me if I speak funny. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude to the Romanian Cultural Institute for enabling this exhibition to become a reality here in London. Urban and rural exploration can be exhilarating and emotionally charged experience. It's not for everyone. It involves delving into abandoned and forgotten spaces, unraveling the stories and secrets hidden within their walls. It means taking risks, hoping the floorboards you are walking on do not collapse, or the ceiling cave in. But it also allows you to peel back the layers of time and gain a deeper understanding of a country's extraordinary cultural heritage. Of Stone and Steel, A Voyage into the World of Urbex is a visual experience of cultural and industrial examples of Romanian urban and rural exploration, a facet of my country that is rarely brought into the limelight. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to explore a huge, sprawling, abandoned factory in Brașov, a Transylvanian town surrounded by the southern Carpathian Mountains. It was here in 1987 that the very first cracks in the Romanian communist regime appeared. Inside one of the buildings, I found a shoe lying in the stairwell. I remember looking at it and wondering about the person who it had belonged to, the person who had walked many miles in that shoe, someone with aspirations, someone who had joys and sorrows, who had a family, friends, a person who spent years within those walls. It was at that time that I felt compelled to use my camera to make a record of some of these places. There are a multitude of forsaken buildings all over Romania. These sites are so much more than just empty shells. They bear witness to Romania's history, from the communist era, with its industrial legacies, to the remnants of grandeur of past eras. They have contributed to the identity of each Romanian. They have shaped the present and future of the country's regions, economies, and physical landscape. It took me 2 years to get a team together, to locate the right sites and get the project off the ground, including the research, the funding, obtaining the necessary permissions for each site, setting up meetings with local authorities, ensuring our accommodation, structuring our shared schedule, and taking time off from full-time jobs in order to undertake the project in situ. We chose specific places, such as factories, for their industrial historical significance in Transylvania, as well as prestigious homes and small dwellings for their cultural and traditional value in the northern region of Maramureș. The factory with the shoe was the first on our list. Aside from its historical significance, this mammoth-sized place was renowned for its various industries, including textiles, machinery, and automotive parts. Close by, another dilapidated industrial plant awaited us. This renowned Romanian manufacturer has a history dating back to its establishment in 1949. Its operations focused on producing ball bearings for various industrial applications, and it has been an Eastern European leader in the field. A few kilometers away, near the small town of Zărnești, we entered the 6th of March Club. It took its name from the adjacent factory, built in 1952, that officially built mopeds and bicycles, as well as fireworks. The 6th of March Club was the main cultural centre for the entire region. It had many purposes, such as dances, children's school dances, and boxing galas. The club was also used as a cinema and a theatre. During its active years, personalities from the Romanian cultural world performed there, and the acoustics of the building were believed to be some of the best in the country. One of the places we aimed for in Maramureș was Casa Popol, built in 1903. The first owner of this extraordinary home owned some local mines which extracted gold and minerals. According to local history, some of this gold was used to make my great-grandmother Queen Marie's coronation crown. Nicolae Iorga, a prominent Romanian historian, statesman, journalist, playwright, and poet, was a house guest in 1905. While in Maramureș, we also went to a village whose heart and soul were devoted to mining. We saw the factory which processed copper and other minerals, as well as the upper area further up the hill, which separated the minerals from the rock and water. When we crossed the threshold of each of these man-made derelict structures, we entered a time warp filled with the stillness of decades of neglect and the pungent smell of decay. Some would call these places creepy, and indeed some of them are. But as a photographer, I found these muted spaces to be filled with an alluring beauty emanating from the visual chaos and dilapidation surrounding us. Except for an occasional breath of wind whispering through a broken window pane, the irregular drip of water from a gaping hole in the roof, and the distant barking of stray dogs, an eerie silence prevailed. In every building, we discovered objects left behind. They gave us a feeling of intimacy with these places, more so after meeting some of the people involved with them. We met former directors, assembly workers, engineers, miners, mayors, and homeowners. They helped us to appreciate these places from a different perspective. From decay and desolation, they became vibrant and active once again as we listened to the vivid stories these people shared with us, stories that are now part of our legacy, woven into the fabric of who we are as a nation. To the onlooker, these crumbling edifices might be ugly scars in the landscape, and many will disappear with time and become the ghosts of an era. Others, on the other hand, are being converted and renovated. They will take on active and useful roles once again, infusing new life into the community. Part of the massive factory in Brasov, the one with the shoe in it, has undergone a complete metamorphosis. Flats and small businesses, along with a large shopping mall, have already been built and are operational. Casa Pocol, hopefully, will not be left to crumble to dust. The local official who gave us permission to visit the house explained that there are several potential projects for its renovation, one of which would be to restore it to its former glory and become a cultural must for visitors in the region. And then there's one of the cottages, nestled in the folds of the Maramureș countryside. A young couple returned from Germany where they were living, having decided to refurbish the grandparents' old house and make it their forever home. The energy poured into remembering and promoting these places reflect the importance of cultural and historical value for the future, and hopefully prevent them from falling into oblivion. As my father King Michael said, we cannot have a future without respecting our past. Along with my photographs, you can see the shoe that I found on the stairs that initiated this entire project. You will also find over there a copy of the complimentary bilingual book that contains additional information and many more photographs. You can purchase this book online directly from my publisher, Cultiareche Publishing in Bucharest. And in the event you might wish to purchase a photograph, Marilyn over here will be happy to assist you. Come forward so everybody can see you and everything. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the photograph.